Does the mall from Dead Rising feel off to you? For me at least, what stands out is the scale. Don't get me wrong, we're not quite hitting Mall of America levels here, but I think we're a little bit above small Colorado town. You see the town during the game's opening. There's a bit of a sprawl to it, but it's not that big. If you're from a smaller town that has a mall, think of what it looks like. Does it look like this? I'd bet not. So let's take a look at the Willamette Mall from Dead Rising and see what weird little spots await us. This game is way more detailed than I was expecting, considering it released in 2006. I have some fun things to show off. Welcome to Video Game World Tours. You're getting very sleepy. And thanks to this video's sponsor, Manta Sleep, you'll have a good night's rest. Their lineup of sleep masks has something for everyone. I use the Manta Sound Sleep Mask. It's comfy, blocks practically all the light from the outside world, and connects to my phone through Bluetooth, so I can listen to whatever I want while falling asleep. It has a long battery life too. I rarely have to think about charging it. A sleep mask is one of those things I never really thought I'd need until I used one for the first time. It is so useful during a short midday nap. So hit up Manta Sleep with my link in the description and use code PRETZEL to get 10% off. Get some good sleep. Well, maybe get some sleep after you watch this video. Back to it. The security room is your hub throughout the game. It's a nice and quaint little place. A quick little observation, something I noticed shockingly late into my playthrough. There's 4 currently empty rooms off this main hallway here. These are where survivors you rescue call home. I picked up on the fact that each of the doors have a distinct color: yellow, red, blue, and green. And inside the room, the floor matches the color of the door. Yellow to yellow, red to red, blue to green, and green to... I guess you could call that a blue. What's up with that? Why do these 2 rooms have matching floor and door colors, while these 2 are swapped? I wonder if it's a coincidence that the yellow and red rooms are like that, or if they accidentally swapped the colors of the blue and green doors at some point. I could see either being the case, really. Once you start the game, you have to go down this little hallway to get into the mall. After a short sequence down there, this door gets welded shut, meaning you can no longer go down there. This is the first time I'm seeing this hallway since starting my first playthrough. It's nice, I guess. Going through it leads you into the entrance plaza. And this is the calm before the storm. Once you walk down this path, zombies break through the front door and swarm the mall. But what if I didn't do that? What if I walked around and explored a bit? I was surprised the game let me go back up the steps and walk all the way down here. You can't go in any of the stores, unfortunately, and there's not really anything to do, but it's cool that they let you be here at all. They didn't put up an invisible wall or make Frank turn around saying something like, "I should go back to the others." By God, Capcom will let you wander wherever you want. The store names in this game strike me as weird. I can't really put my finger on it, but they don't sound quite right. Special Gifts, Everyone Loves Books, Children's Castle, Grandma's Kids? See what I mean? I guess I couldn't really write any better store names, but still. It's funny that you can go on the other side of the gate, where there is absolutely nobody, but if you run around real quick and start the cutscene, Dr. Barnaby is just right there. He must have been hiding pretty well. Oh, speaking of that cutscene, the whole mall is flooded with zombies after it plays. No more leisurely exploring for me. On edge exploring at the very least from here on out. You'll become really familiar with this spot in Paradise Plaza. It's your connection to the safe room, so you'll be coming through here a lot. I'm curious if there's any spots I missed around here. I feel like I'm pretty familiar with it, but there's gotta be something I missed. There always is somehow. Hey, there's a stuffed animal up there. I've seen that you can pick those up elsewhere, so you must be able to reach it. There. Yeah, look at me being sneaky. I bet not a lot of other players thought to come up here. What's that? a submachine gun. Considering you can grab this super easily right after starting the game, I bet a lot of people do know this place. Never mind, I guess I'm not as special as I thought. Entertainment aisle. CDs and DVDs. Oh man, this is just like FYE. Remember that store? I used to love going there in my mall back in the day. What fun little details can we notice in here? Huh. Not a whole lot of jokes, just genuine fake genre movies. Though I am partial to summoning the robotic beetle. Oh, that was just the action-adventure section. What does the comedy section have in store? My Dog the President. I'd watch that. I Married My Own Pants? I'd watch that and all its sequels. The horror section. Pulsating Garbage. Now that's a movie. Undead alien mummies from Chile in the other section? Put that in the hell yeah section. That's all the movies in this store. The rest are CDs. I couldn't find any funny covers, unfortunately. They're good fake album covers though. I dig most of them. Though speaking of movies, why don't we check out Colby's Movie Land? Some posters advertising what's playing. Hard to say if we'll see anything interesting in here. Most of these are kind of boring. That's Mega Man 2! Oh, and there's a bigger cutout right here. It's funny that this hyper-realistic version of Mega Man is what the Mega Buster weapon is based on, not the one that you usually see on classic Mega Man. While we're here, I just wanted to point out how I think it's funny what you'll find in some of these theaters. Theater 1 has some mannequins and a gumball machine. 2 has a bunch of buckets and some random food. 3 has a couple of paintings. And 4, we don't talk about 4. Right outside of the theater is a place called Jill's Sandwiches. Guess after her near-death experience, she decided to make sandwiches. The only notable thing about this spot for me is that there's a survivor that spawns in here later. To recruit him, you need to bring him some food to eat, because apparently there's no food in this sandwich shop. Or at least there wasn't during my playthrough. I don't remember what day it was, but I remember taking note of the fact that there wasn't any food for him to eat in this food place. But now that I'm here on a fresh run during day 1, there just happens to be food here. Isn't that convenient that all this disappears when that guy just happens to need food? Though maybe he ate all this and still wanted more. Honestly, I have to respect the hustle. Take note of your surroundings here. Isn't this all super extravagant? Well, let's just walk outside and take a gander at Leisure Park. This is bonkers. I can't believe the Willamette Mall has such a nicely decorated interior and a well-kept park in the middle of it. Maybe this is just what all malls from Colorado are like. I've never been. You guys could lie to me in the comments about this and I'd have no idea. And come on, all these zombies? It's like the whole town packed into this mall here. Before you leave any comments, I know this is all in spirit of making the game fun. The developers wanted you to have a little outdoor space to breathe. To have a nice and clean mall to explore rather than a sad and dingy one. I'm not coming at the developers for making this unrealistic. I'm just taking the world as it is. North Plaza is currently getting a lot of work done. I almost have to wonder if this wing was a new addition, or if they decided to completely renovate this whole space here, because this is very much in the early stages. I like how the gun store is completely isolated in the back. It feels like a challenge to reach it, which makes sense from a gameplay perspective. But it also makes this a cute spot in-world. You're hidden from all the hustle and bustle of the main paths. I found this really long back hallway nearby. It kinda connects the gun store to the main area. But there's another path nearby that works just as well. Not sure what the developer's point was with this. Here's another really long hallway. This one I don't think I ever saw during my playthrough. I always used the path to the west to reach Wonderland Plaza. I kinda like this one though. There's no storefronts, no advertisements, it's just a nice little walk with a cute view of Leisure Park. On that other path, there's a couple of moving walkways. Do you really think there'd be some of these in a small town mall? And just what's the purpose of them anyway? For people who are tired of walking to just stand still and keep moving? I don't get it. There's a bookstore in Wonderland Plaza. I'm sure we'll find some great stuff, just like we did in the DVD store. Cats. Pretty kitten. That's cute. I'd read that. Cook King. I like that name. That's kind of fun. Props to whoever came up with it. Oh hell yeah, here we go. Masculine. Dudes. Guys. Tough guy. These are my kind of magazines. And we can't forget Magazine for Men. Testosterone too. Give me a subscription to all of these, please. Vroom. Vroom indeed. Teas and bags? Yeah, okay, real clever guys. Well, that's it for the magazines. What kind of books do we have? He is a Stalker. I like titles that just tell you what's going on, nothing more. Good one there. They Killed Him. Yeah, just like that. I bet that's a sequel to He is a Stalker. Backstab Bob. Man, best beware of Backstab Bob. Seems like that's it for all the front-facing books in the store. Can't really make out the spines too well on most of the other books, so I guess we're done here. I really do applaud them for making as many fake pieces of media as they did. I bet it was some guy's job to crank these out, and God bless him for that. My next spot is one of those barely worth including in a video spots. I have a few of these for most videos, but I like to include one most of the time just to show off what sticks out to me. Home Runners. It's a little baseball shop in Wonderland Plaza. There's nothing super interesting about it, I just like the vibes. The flooring, the decorations, just how tightly packed everything is. Space is used so efficiently here. There's not a space on the wall that goes unused. It seems like the store's main focus is on the Colorado Aspens baseball team, which I'm 99% sure is fake. Though if it is fake, I wonder where all these pictures come from. Some of these look like they might be renders made for the game, but others look like genuine photos. Like, is this real? Is it an edited version of a real baseball player? Or did the team at Capcom do a baseball photo shoot one day? I think both possibilities are kinda interesting, whichever they did actually go with. Skipping past Brad and Carlito, you guys play nice in here. There's a nice gym in Alfresca Plaza. Good and spacious. What I like about it is that there's a few interactable bits. You can destroy these sandbags for some points, and you get a sizable amount if you destroy them all. Also, you can run on the treadmill. I remember coming up to these and really questioning if the developers would have it turn on when you start running. Did they pay that much attention to detail? Yes, they did. There's a jewelry shop not too far from here that's pretty unremarkable. All it has are these display cases. But how are the workers expected to get behind the counters? There's no little door or flap that opens to let people back here. The counter loops all the way around. It's like that one spot in my tour of Nibelheim in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's interesting that a developer can make such intricate and detailed worlds, only for stuff like this to just slip under the radar. No shade to Capcom, of course. I'd be making mistakes like this all over the place. My whole game would be a mistake. I'll stop bringing up how extravagant this mall is right after this next spot, I promise. This fountain and the surrounding area. Come on, this is beautiful. Way too beautiful and spacious for a town like this. But hey, it makes for a good environment to explore in a video game. There's an SMG in the fountain. Guess someone made a wish and really wanted it to come true. And with that, we're back at Entrance Plaza. There's no zombies in here. I guess because I came in here without Brad, it didn't give the zombies a chance to spawn in yet. Interesting that it was swarming with them at the beginning. And now, it's completely empty. Guess we can finally explore some of these stores now. In peace, no less. Oh hey, we're back at Children's Castle. Wonder if there's any funny toys inside. Yeah, I don't see any super obvious jokes. Just a bunch of genuine kid stuff. Though my favorite thing I found in here are these two books. Robot Giraffe and The Loneliest Crouton. Gripping tales, no doubt. Oh, hey. There's just a little patch of zombies up here. Are you guys okay? Did you get lost from the group? I'll just leave you to it. Okay, that's it. We've explored the entire mall. Well, The surface, that is. There are some maintenance tunnels that stretch all across the map underground. I only came here whenever the main plot brings you down towards the end of the game, and I only did what I was supposed to do. I didn't do any exploring. So consider me surprised when I'm scouting spots for this video and I find this room. I enter, and it's the room where, insert spoiler regarding beloved character here. I distinctly remember watching that cutscene and thinking it was weird that there was just a black void outside. I was like, where the hell is that? I didn't expect to actually find it. And I definitely didn't expect to find the key to the maintenance tunnels down here. I remember being dumbfounded that I didn't find the key at all during my first playthrough. I thought for sure you would have received it during the main plot progression. But no, it's in this room way underground, tucked in the back corner. So for people that do consistent replays of this game, I'm sure you're very familiar with this room. But it's new to me. I was kind of surprised by it. Alright, time to visit my favorite spot in the game. I know sometimes I like to surprise you guys with a spot you've never seen before, but I can't help what I like. Sometimes I really like a spot that everyone's seen. A spot that literally every person that's played this game has been in. I'm, of course, talking about the helipad. I'm not gonna show you any mind-blowing secrets about this spot. I just think it's quaint. If you've watched some of my tours of RPGs, you know I love to bask in the beauty of a spot where you first gain control in a game. The developers so carefully crafted to evoke a certain feeling or emotion, they want to make a strong first impression. Here, it's your last little bit of sunlight before you head into the trenches that is the Willamette Mall. You get to psych yourself up before going in. I dig it. Plus, it's the spot where the game ends. You come back to the roof to catch your ride out of here. I love when games are book-ended like that. It ties the whole experience together. It's like poetry, it rhymes. That's all I got. Capcom crafted such a unique world for their game here, and it's a large part of why the game succeeded. If Dead Rising took place in a mall half as charming, it wouldn't have done nearly as well, so props to them for that. Thanks, Capcom, and thank you for watching.